Hello and welcome to the annual and special meeting of shareholders of Helios Fairfax Partners Corporation. Please note that today's meeting is being recorded. If you participate in today's meeting and disclose personal information, you will be deemed to consent to the recording, transfer, and use of same. If you disclose personal information of another person in today's meeting, you will be deemed to represent and warrant to Computershare and the corporation that you first obtained all required consents for the disclosure, recording, transfer, and use of such personal information from all appropriate persons before your disclosure. During the meeting, we'll have a question and answer session. You may submit questions or comments at any time by clicking on the Q&A tab. It is now my pleasure to turn today's meeting over to Ken Costa, Chairman of the Board. Mr. Costa, the floor is yours.
Good morning and welcome to Helios Fairfax Partners Annual and Special Shareholders Meeting. I'm Ken Costa, Chairman of the Board of Helios Fairfax Partners, and I will act as Chairman of this meeting. In the room with me today is Tope Lawani, Babatunde Soyoye, Sonia Keshwa, Vitaly Harward, and Luciana Deminiaro. We would like to welcome our shareholders and the other guests in attendance today. We're holding this annual and special shareholders meeting in an audio-only format. We will now proceed with the formal portion of today's meeting. I shall ask Sonia Keshwa, our General Counsel and Corporate Secretary, to act as Secretary of the meeting. I shall also appoint Shirley Tom of Computershare Trust Company of Canada to act as scrutineer and to compute the votes of any polls taken at the meeting and to report thereon to me as Chairman. I can report that upon reviewing an affidavit of mailing and a preliminary report of the scrutineers, I'm satisfied that notice of this meeting has been duly given, that a quorum is present, and that this meeting is therefore properly called and constituted. As this is a virtual meeting, instructions on how to ask questions and the voting procedure will appear on your screens. As with any technology, unexpected glitches may occur, but our service providers for this platform at Computershare are very experienced at running this type of meeting and will assist. Many shareholders submitted their votes before the meeting. Thank you. If you have already voted in advance of the meeting and you do not wish to change your vote, no further action is required. If you are not a registered shareholder or a proxy holder and have joined us as a guest, you will not be able to vote, but you will be able to submit questions during the Q&A session. We will conduct the votes on the matters before us by voting online. We will provide a preliminary indication of voting on the motions later in the meeting, once we have concluded the formal agenda and closed the polls. The online voting will now be opened for all resolutions at this time. I announce that the minutes of the previous annual shareholders meeting held on May the 14th, 2025 are available for inspection upon request to our Corporate Secretary. As well, I now formally place before the meeting the annual report of the corporation for the year ended December the 31st, 2025, which includes the corporation's financial statements for its fiscal years ended December the 31st, 2025 and 2024, and the report of the auditor PricewaterhouseCoopers LLP on the 2025 statements. I will now move directly to the election of directors and invite a nomination for directors.
I am Luciana Deminiaro, and I nominate as Director of the Corporation for the ensuing year, Kofi Agyebong-Boateng, Ken Costa, Catherine Cunningham, General Romeo Dallaire, Christopher Hodgson, Tope Lawani, Wayne McLean, Sahar Nassar, Babatunde Soyoye, Masai Ujiri.
I second the motion.
As no other nominations for directors have been received, and as the number of directors nominated is exactly the number to be elected, I confirm that those 10 nominees are proposed for election as directors of the corporation. Would shareholders please enter their votes now? I now invite a resolution regarding the appointment of an auditor.
I'm Sonia Keshwar, and I move that PricewaterhouseCoopers LLP be appointed as auditor of the corporation to hold office until the next annual meeting.
I second the motion.
Would shareholders please enter their votes now? I now invite a resolution regarding the stated capital reduction.
I am Luciana Germinario, and I move to approve the stated capital resolution, the full text of which is set out in Appendix A of the management proxy circular.
I second the motion.
Would shareholders please enter their votes now? If you've not already voted online, please complete the electronic ballots on the Computershare platform. We will give you 1 more minute.
Mr. Chairman, the online voting is now complete and the polls are closed.
I'm advised by the scrutineer that the ballots and proxies deposited for the meeting have now been voted. The scrutineer has provided its preliminary report of voting. I can confirm that each of the nominated directors has been appointed as directors of the corporation to hold office until the next annual meeting. In addition, I confirm that PricewaterhouseCoopers LLP has been appointed as auditor of the corporation to so act until the next annual meeting. In addition, I confirm that the stated capital reduction resolution has been approved. We will file a report on SEDAR setting out the voting results following the meeting. I now invite a motion for termination.
I move that this meeting be terminated.
I second the motion.
I declare the formal part of the meeting terminated. We'd now be pleased to answer questions from shareholders and guests who wish to address the meeting. We will be taking questions through the virtual meeting platform. For each online question we answer, Luciana Germinario will read out the question as well as the name of the person who asked the question. We'd like to advise you that questions which were already asked and answered will not be repeated. If we do not have the opportunity to answer your question, we will do our best to follow up after the meeting. Are there any questions? On behalf of the Board of Directors, we wish to thank all of our shareholders and guests for attending today's annual and special shareholders meeting. We're excited about the year to come, and we look forward to discussing it with you at next year's annual meeting. Thank you. Operator, I turn the meeting back to you.
This concludes the meeting. You may now disconnect.